Let's talk about the temperatures, but let's also talk about some of that snow bets that people saw today. I mean, I was out shoveling today for an hour and a half.
I'd like to see that, Betsy.
Yeah.
Pictures of that.
I hope, Christy, that you experienced what I got to experience when I was shoveling snow, which was the very lowest layer was slush and ice that you had to chop, chop, chop to try to get through.
You're better than me. I didn't even do it. I just
Girl,
got all the new stuff off.
It was brutal. We have one passable lane in the driveway. That's it. And I mean like one tire tread. That's it. It's a little rough out there. These are all of the local storm reports over the last 24 hours. That's pretty impressive, is it not? All the way from the Central Plains, and you go straight over to the east. You could definitely see where that storm's path was. Now you're seeing all the little thermometer icons over here. These are the cold air reports, and we will continue to have more of those. But it gets into ice here in the mountains, and then ultimately the snow in Washington, D.C. that's stacked up. That storm system is now just a kind of a shadow of what it was earlier. It is now beginning to move offshore, although there is still some snow in the Appalachian Mountains. You can see on the backside of all of that, lake effect snow continues off of the Great Lakes. Not a very robust pattern, but it does look like we will continue to have some of that northerly flow that will bring us some flurries. Other than that, cloudy skies expected. Temperatures in the low 20s as we get into the overnight hours, and those wind chills are down in the single digits and teens to get your day going tomorrow. Earlier today, we had a northeast flow that has turned now to the north, and we're getting some scattered flurries and light lake effect snow. This is very widespread, not just primary snowbelt, secondary snowbelt, and beyond. These are the types of flurries that will dive all the way down toward the I-70 corridor. And all of this will begin to shift a little bit more out into the primary snowbelt areas later tonight as the northwest flow takes over. So we take a look at your National Design-Mar hour-by-hour forecast to put it all into the picture here for you. It's still cold. It still feels colder than it actually is because of the winds, which will remain rather blustery tonight. This band that you're seeing here, that's a Lake Huron band, and we're probably going to see that kind of paint, a light coating of snow across the area until we see it shifting more out toward the traditional snowbelt areas, and especially eastern Ashtabula County to begin the day tomorrow. Note your wind chill readings in the pink numbers. Mansfield, wind chill of 1 above to begin the day tomorrow. So a frigid start to the day as the kids are getting ready to head out the door. That is going to continue for much of the day, but right now it looks like the commute should be fine. So school is on for tomorrow, at least so far, with the exception being maybe eastern Ashtabula County if we continue to have some of this heavier snow coming down. By midday, though, that's out of here, and we're going to start to see some sunshine. I think we're going to have a beautiful afternoon tomorrow. Although the temperatures are still going to be below freezing, we're going to make it into the mid and upper 20s before we start to cool things off again Tuesday night. And by Wednesday morning, we're probably going to be down around 10, if not in the single digits for the actual air temperatures. How much snow is coming? Well, this lake effect is really on the back end now. Maybe a coating to up to 1 to 3 inches in the primary snowbelt areas by the time we hit tomorrow afternoon and into Wednesday. Then we have to turn to the big picture forecast. This is where things are actually really interesting because over the next, well, gosh, I'd like to say 7 days. It's 10 days, 20 days. It's just kind of the foreseeable future. We have a pattern setting up that will bring us kind of rapid fire weak storm systems. We could get a heavier punch later on, but for right now, everything looks pretty weak. And we're going to get little bits of snow every time. So it's kind of death by 1,000 paper cuts, right? We've got little waves of energy that are going to come through. Our overall weather pattern right now is a cold one. Obviously, we have cold air that's moved in. Our jet stream pattern has been moving that storm system that went through the Tennessee Valley from west to east, so we missed out on it. But the cold is really in control, and it's going to continue to push down to the south. And as it does so, we get a reinforcing shot of that cold air by Wednesday morning. Morning temperatures near 10. But more importantly, we'll start to see a little bit more of a southwest flow aloft developing, and that's where we start to get into this rapid fire system flow. We're going to have a pretty good snowstorm going up the East Coast at some point late week, and that's where things get interesting for us. So for tonight, our storm that we just had gets out of here. We have the lake effect snow, so that was our reset. Now we kind of expand the picture a little bit. And by the end of the week, here comes another storm system. Right now, this is expected to go a little bit farther to the east out toward the Philadelphia area, but we're going to be on the backside of that one with some snow expected for Saturday. Then we'll have another system, a clipper, coming in on Monday. So this is what I mean. We get these little hits of snow that are coming in, but eventually it's all going to start to add up. Union Home Mortgage forecast keeps us in the 20s this week. So we've got the scattered snow coming Wednesday. We back it off. Beautiful day Thursday, great Friday. Saturday snow comes in. Then we get a clipper on Monday that's going to drive us back into the really chilly air by the time we get the middle of next week. It's an active pattern. Stay tuned, everybody. But right now, no weather impact alerts. That's the great news.